Kayla Mueller was in captivity at an ISIS camp in Syria. Out of nowhere, a man appeared in the camp. He told her captors he was her husband and appealed for her release. It was a ruse that Mueller wasn't in on.
And of course, she said she wasn't married, and she didn't lie to her captors that she wasn't married, and so that foiled that plan.
Congressman Paul Gosar doesn't know who the man was, but says he could have been a fellow aid worker who'd been captured with Mueller and later released.
I think this was orchestrated from the folks that she was associated with. People very concerned for a young lady caught behind militant lines, and her safety was paramount to them, so they wanted to try to get her home.
Gosar represents Mueller's home district in Arizona and has had extensive contact with her parents since she was captured in 2013. Gosar was briefed on that attempted rescue by State Department sources, members of Mueller's family, and fellow Arizonan Senator John McCain. Tonight, CNN is learning of exhaustive and daring efforts by Gosar, McCain, and others to win the release of Kayla Mueller. McCain himself traveled to Iraq, Qatar, met with Syrian rebel leaders to try to get Mueller out. Gosar says his own chief of staff ventured into a refugee camp just across the Turkish border from the Syrian city of Kobani to try to get information on Mueller. It was an enormous risk.
It was overrun with a number of terrorist soldiers, so from that standpoint, he was being watched very carefully.
Gosar's aid came up empty. The U.S. military took on a dangerous mission to rescue Kayla Mueller.
I deployed an entire operation at significant risk to rescue not only her, but the other individuals that had been held, and probably missed them by a day or two.
July 2014, Navy SEALs and Delta Force commandos move in by helicopter to an abandoned oil refinery near the ISIS stronghold of Raqqa, Syria. They get to a building where they think Mueller, James Foley, and other hostages are being held. No one is there, but they find strands of hair believed to be Mueller's. A firefight ensues. The mission lasts 2 hours. Former SEAL John McGuire was not on that raid, but knows how risky it was.
The intelligence is, we do the best we can with what we have. It's never perfect. It's not a perfect world, and the situations and the training are not exactly perfect.